or have any information that could help, call Crime Stoppers at 385-5555. Tonight's the night police and the community come together to make your neighborhood safer. It's National Night Out, and it brings citizens and police together to promote crime and drug prevention. Here's some video from last year's events across the valley. More than 20 National Night Out events are taking place locally tonight. Most are for neighborhood residents only. Metro, though, is hosting an event open to everybody, the general public, tonight at Town Square on Las Vegas Boulevard. This one runs until 9 tonight. Some good news and bad news for all the drivers. The good news, part of US 95 will be getting wider. The bad news, the transformation won't be quick or cheap.
Projects in a community are part of the community, and it's part of being that sensitive to the community when we do these projects.
Some of the things that make this widening project different from the one that it wrapped up just 2 years ago. Plus, outrage over pay, why Commissioner Steve Sisolak is so upset about salaries paid to some Clark County employees. Also ahead, it may look green and lush now, but we'll tell you why the Valley High Golf Course could soon be ripped up and replaced with concrete and steel. That's coming up on News 3 at 5.
Thank you for making us your most watched newscast at 5 o'clock. This is News 3 at 5. Real-time closed captioning sponsored by Rob Graham and Associates.
When a loved one dies, avoid the frustration of probate. For peace of mind, call Rob Graham and Associates, 255-6161.
Go inside Nevada with Jim Rogers, keeping you informed on the issues affecting our state. Exclusive uncut interviews. Weekdays on News 3 at noon. And see over 60 archived interviews on mynews3.com.
Jobs, healthcare, the environment, national security. All things that affect all Americans, which is why all Americans should vote.
Exercise your right. Vote on November 2nd. Learn about the candidates and the issues at mynews3.com.
All the world's stage, all the men and women nearly
What is this? What of?
But we in it shall be remembering.
Need new tires? Get to Tire Works for the best deals in the valley. Nobody can beat our prices. Put us to the test. Tire Works is giving away tires. That's right, free tires. Buy 3 tires and get 1 free. If you find a better deal out the door, we'll beat it, period.
Give me the works. Give me Tire Works.
What is your well-being worth? If you've been injured by the action of another, contact the law office of Harris & Harris today. Harris & Harris. No gimmicks, just results. Call 880-4529 or online at harrislawyers.net.
Closed captioning in Spanish, sponsored by attorney Adam Kuttner. Injured? Call the law offices of Adam S. Kuttner for a free consultation. 382-0000.
Uh-oh, here we go again. More headaches for us, but hopefully it'll be good in the long run. A new freeway project breaks ground in the Northwest Valley today. Our chopper, Tom Holly, is above the area in Skytree. Tom, it's another widening of US 95.
Yes, it was only a couple of years ago that a multi-year project to widen out the 95 from Craig Bowl to Craig Road to the Spaghetti Bowl wrapped up. Now it's at it again, this time on the stretch from the Washington overpass all the way to Kyle Canyon Road. It'll take a couple of years and more than $150 million, but it all starts with the obligatory turn of the ceremonial shovel. Once those pleasantries are aside, let's get back to that dollar figure. $150 million in a weak economy.
There was money that was allocated through the congressional delegation as earmarks for this project. There's state money in it and there's local money.
Susan Martinovich says she knew this day might come back in the 90s, long before she became director of NDOT.
And I was the designer of all those interchanges, which is really neat to see them and then going to the next phase. But the intent was that it would be future widening of this corridor because of the anticipated growth.
While some workers are adding lanes and modifying interchanges, others will be sprucing up the freeway.
And we're going to be adding some new aesthetics that are mounted on the bridges as well.
And also in the landscape areas, we're going to build some very aesthetic landscape walls with desert landscaping.
And when he says desert, this is the first one going hardcore.
No irrigation. And so this is going to be a true test for water conservation and using plants that are indigenous to this area and using some water harvesting techniques so that they survive on their own.
So presumably it will look good, but the number one goal is still function. To that end, a new movement from northbound Rancho to 95 should be a big help. Currently, that traffic is controlled by a signal at the Ann Road overpass. A new braided ramp bypasses that potential stop for direct access.
With our HOV, our high occupancy vehicles that we're putting there, we're extending those to match up with the plan that we have across the valley. So it's just a joint succession of projects along the 95 corridor.
Again, it's a lot of money, but a silver lining from our dark economy
is that we are getting really, really good bids on our projects. And so it allows us to then move forward with others that are in waiting for funding.
Back now on the live shot of that stretch of 95, the $150 billion for this stretch is all in place. Future phases would include a new interchange at Kyle Canyon Road and rebuilding the connection between US 95 and the Northern Beltway. Sue?
All right, Tom, thank you so much. Other NDOT projects awaiting available funding include widening the 515 freeway to the east and a bridge connecting Industrial with Martin Luther King Boulevard over I-15 downtown, and we'll let you know if the dollars roll in for all of those. Well, hundreds of people in downtown Las Vegas were forced to evacuate for about 2.5 hours this morning after reports of a suspicious package on the sidewalk. When the bomb squad surrounded the package, a man came forward and told police the package belonged to him. Investigators said his story checked out, and they were able to reopen the area. Metro Officer Barb Morgan says even though the package turned out to be harmless, police still have to take the proper precautions to make sure everyone is safe.
We have to be safe. When we get these calls, we're going to treat them like they're dangerous until we find out that the package is nothing. We're going to treat it like it is a device, because we don't want the one time we don't treat it like that is when it really is a device and we put people in harm's way.
The Regional Justice Center was closed for that time while police investigated the incident. When the courthouse finally reopened, people had to wait in a long line just to get back inside the building. Well, this is the second time in less than a month the Regional Justice Center has been evacuated. Remember back in July 14th, someone called about a possible device inside the building? The threat was considered credible, so everyone was moved outside, and bomb-sniffing dogs went floor to floor, but nothing was found. It's a golf course that's tucked away just a few steps from the Las Vegas Strip, but now Valley High may be no more. The plans that could turn the green into steel beams, and
you are definitely put a puzzle together with no directions, no guidance, nothing like that, so there's nothing easy about it.
But that didn't stop Metro from solving two very cold cases. How